What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Commander Osmus, and if you're new to this channel, please feel free to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so yeah. We gotta. The goal is to hit that milestone by the end of the month. So yeah. So tonight I will be simulating the 0-1 Los Angeles Rams versus the 0-1 Arizona Cardinals. And we're back to the boring games again. Yay. But we're still doing it anyways, because why not? So we're gonna be upgrading some guys, and then again the rankings as per usual, and then we're gonna jump right into the simulation. So enjoy. So it doesn't look like the Rams need any upgrades, and as for the Cardinals, interesting, they don't need any upgrades either. Even though they got absolutely demolished last week against the fucking Bills. Well, not really of all teams, but it's like the Bills are like a really good team, and the Cardinals just exist. But yeah, the Rams had a number 25 offense in the league, and meanwhile the Rams have the number 31 offense in the league. Meanwhile, defensively, the Rams have the number 23 defense in the league, and meanwhile, the Cardinals have the number 32 defense in the league. So it is most likely going to be a crappy game, but we're still going to rock and roll. So, yeah, let's go. If you're a Cardinals or a Rams fan, just drop your pain down in the comments down below, and might as well just leave a like and hit that subscribe button as well. But why not? You know? Alright, let's do this.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Arizona Cardinals versus Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. Losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back you're throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Ritter slides down, and he has enough for the first. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Back to throw, Ritter. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Ritter to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10 is Conner, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Cardinals had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
They talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They'll get this one complete to Atwell. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Here comes Carter. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
No matter your experience level as a quarterback. He threw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. For Harrison, there's a look at what he did last week. 6 catches, 85 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrison. Now a 2nd and 2. Now Connor on the toss left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Connor picks up a new set of downs and in nice fashion, too. He's coming off his best season as a pro after he topped the 1,000-yard mark for the first time in his career a season ago.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Right back to Connor here on 1st. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Again, it's Connor. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter. That's complete to McBride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that win was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Connor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
You think about James Conner down near the goal line, and you think about the 2021 season with his 15 touchdown runs. He believes he's as good as anybody down close, and he powers his way in here.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 3rd and 8. Throwing at Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Greg George deep for Arizona. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's completion right there.
An option handoff given to Connor. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They work now on 2nd and 9. The Ritter back to throw. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Got his man. It's Dort. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun, a give to Connor. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They'll run here with Connor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Again, it'll be Connor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Ritter. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Desmond Ritter, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals add 6 to their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point good by Prater. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Motion left, Cup. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle to Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now it's Stafford. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Into space at the 45. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
On 2nd down, Williams. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. It was Henry Anderson who got in there to get him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To Connor on the check down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Ritter. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Ritter off the play fake. That is caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Michael Wilson, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Cards are able to add on to their first half lead.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Ethan Evans now. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Now this one complete on the slant route, and getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Ritter's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. On 1st down, Ritter. That ball caught by Harrison. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And it's easy to see why he was a top-ranked receiver coming out of the draft. Better than 1,200 yards and 14 touchdowns in each of the last 2 seasons at Ohio State. No one does it better than him, and he gives Kyler Murray a chance to be special.
Ritter on 1st and 10. He completes it to Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. In motion right, that's Wilson. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Ritter now. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And the Rams are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself and not ditch so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
The LA offense ready for this next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Dortch. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Here's Ritter again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
And he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the lead will remain at 23. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Rams get a bit closer. He's definitely making his mark early in the year from the tight end position. 2 games played, 2 touchdowns.
And from what I've seen on tape so far this year, his ability to use the fakes well, his body in the red zone, they should continue to look his way through the entire season.
Point after here coming up. And that makes it 23-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Ritter. And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Ritter from the gun. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. The Cardinals are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Ritter will set up to throw it. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. Able to get this one to McBride. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. The Cardinals got a strong first half from their quarterback, Desmond Ritter. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Kaiser White, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Prater for the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. LA set to take over again on offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Stafford. Higbee secures it over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they'll send Cup in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Stafford. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. And his kick is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, You see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. He stepped right up like a pro.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ritter to throw it. A short one here, caught by McBride. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Ritter has it knocked down. And it looks like the Rams might have it, and they do have it. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
Here we go. Blue 32.
They begin on the ground here with Counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Ritter back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Counter. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's Jackson to return. Just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, here's Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Operating from the gun, Stafford. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. On fourth down, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
First down, here's Ritter. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Caught by Wilson. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Rams ready to go on offense. Stafford and the Rams come up, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Stafford to his #1 guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, Stafford. That's caught, it's Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
first down carry. It's Williams. Ooh, the juke. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line. Now Stafford connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. To the air again, Stafford. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a second and 10 upcoming. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Here's Stafford. Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Prater on to add the extra point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
first down at Stafford. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw is Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Stafford on first down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
They'll run here with Corum. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Nick Ballore, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turn to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The football going back over to Arizona now. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. The drive will start with Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Ritter down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
first and 10 is Connor. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 55 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. Here's Connor on the read option. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 8. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. So, first and 10 now from the 30. Connor up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now, and they want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 2nd and 9. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Back to throw, Ritter. Screen pass to Connor. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all of the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold it for just a short gain.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Well, Stafford. And that is incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
So first and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Ritter. Pass complete there to Harrison. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Ritter will set up to throw it. That's complete to McBride. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and I'm going to tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they were backed up against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams 1st down. Now back to throw. He finds Robinson and wrangled down quickly just past the 40 at the 41. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The long Nichols able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup. The Rams going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Cards are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early. And sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Cardinals, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.
A nice bounce-back win for the Cardinals as they beat the Rams 43-17. And we're going to jump right into the player stats right away. So, Matthew Stafford went 32 for 49 with 318 passing yards and 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. His longest pass of the day was 26 yards. And then Desmond Ritter had went 29 for 40 with 303 passing yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. And his longest pass of the day was 24 yards. There was 3 rushing touchdowns today. So Desmond Ritter had 17 rushing attempts for 82 yards and a touchdown, and his longest run of the day was 19 yards. James Conner had 18 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown, and his longest carry of the day was 12 yards. And then Nick Bellor had only one carry for 2 yards in a touchdown. For catching, Tyler Higbee had 7 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the day was 15 yards. Michael Wilson had 9 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the day was 24 yards. For blocking, Rob Stein allowed 2 sacks. Jonah Williams allowed 3 sacks. Charles Leno Jr. allowed a sack. Jonah Jackson allowed 2 sacks. And Steve Avila allowed a sack. Jared Verson had 2.5 sacks. Bilal Nichols had 2 sacks. Dennis Gardeck had 2 sacks. Henry Anderson had a sack. Zaven Collins had a sack. And Braden Fisk had half a sack. For field goals, there was only like 2. So Matt Prater made 2 field goals, but he missed 1. But his longest kick was from 52 yards. And then Joshua Carty had made only 1 field goal, and he missed the other. But his longest field goal was from 48 yards. For punting, Ethan Evans had 5 punts for 219 yards, and his longest punt of the day was 49 yards. Blake Gillikin had 4 punts for 144 yards, and his longest punt of the day was also from 49 yards. For kick returns, ARI Jackson had 5 returns for 109 yards, and his longest return of the day was 24 yards. Greg Dortch. Wait, hold up. Oh, okay. Greg Dortch had 2 returns for 38 yards, and his longest return of the day was 20 yards. And then Michael Carter had only 1 return for 9 yards. For punt returns, ARI Jackson had 2 returns for 14 yards, and his longest return of the day was 9 yards. Greg Dorcham had 4 returns for 18 yards, and his longest return of the day was 11 yards. And that's pretty much all the stats from the game. As the Cardinals defeat the Rams at home, they get right back on track, and they're gonna be staying home next week. So, yeah, I believe that they will be facing the Commanders next, either them or the Lions. So, either way, it's probably gonna be a decent game, probably. All right, advance. Oh boy, we got some upgrades here for the Cardinals, including Victor Dimukiji, who will be in 71 overall. Greg Dortch will be at 74 overall. And then Garrett Williams will be at 72 overall. So, not really any good upgrades for the Cardinals, but I guess I'll take it. I don't know. Yep. So the Cardinals will be taking on the Lions next. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we're gonna go over to them real quick. Over there, beautiful. They dropped to 0-2 on the season, and they hope to get back on track next week. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be against the 49ers. Ooh, but they do have some upgrades, so we'll see what they got. We got Cameron Curl, who will be in 83 overall, and Ethan Evans will be in 74 overall. All right. And for the next game that I will be simulating, which will be tomorrow night. It will be the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 1-0 on the season, versus the Denver Broncos, who are also 1-0 on the season. So that's gonna be a good game. And as for me, that's pretty much like where I'm gonna leave the video off. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, I'd like you guys to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing night, guys.